Lindsey Wright. I am the manager of the Southeast Branch Library, which is a branch of the Nashville Public Library. During this weird time, we are experimenting with different ways to connect to our community. One of the programs that I've always wanted to do in the branch is an introduction to Instant Pot cooking. I kind of got caught up with the day-to-day management of the branch, and I never got around to doing it. So I've got a kitchen, I've got an Instant Pot, I've got a camera. Maybe you have those things at home too. You don't need a camera. So I'm going to start off really easy with making hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot. But I just found that making them in the Instant Pot makes them really easy to peel. And I'll talk about that a little bit more later. So for this recipe, obviously you need your Instant Pot. You need your eggs, however many you want to. You can, I've got 6, but you can do up to a dozen if you want to make deviled eggs. I've made up to a dozen. That's what I'm comfortable with. You'll need a cup of water, and I use a steamer basket for my eggs, but if you don't have a steamer basket, you can also just use the trivet that came in the Instant Pot. All right, let's talk about the top of your Instant Pot. The top of this Instant Pot is currently closed and in the locked position, and so when that is engaged, you can actually lift the whole thing up by the handle. And you'll see in the front, it tells you how to open it. You're going to twist it, and then you're going to pull it open. And we'll talk more about the top after we load our ingredients in. So for the hard-boiled eggs, we are going to cook these using the 5-5-5 method. It means we're going to cook them for 5 minutes. We're going to let them naturally release for 5 minutes, and then we are going to put them in an ice bath for 5 minutes. So you're going to take your cup of water and pour it into your pot, and then your steamer basket or trivet, and then you're going to load the eggs as carefully as you can, because of course you don't want them to crack, and eggs are fragile. So that water that's in the bottom, the pressure from that is actually what is going to cook the eggs. So you're going to put your lid back on. Right now it's not locked, so the lid just comes right back off. So you have to turn it to lock it. So everything is now inside, and we're going to power on our Instant Pot and begin the cooking process. Turning on the Instant Pot couldn't be simpler. You just have to plug it in. Once it's plugged in, we need to set the time that we want to cook it. For these eggs, we're going to cook them for 5 minutes. So on this Instant Pot, what we're going to press is the button that says pressure cook. So I cook hard-boiled eggs a lot, and so it's already set to 5. But if it wasn't, all you have to do is press these plus or minus arrows to get it to the time that you want to cook. And that's it. In just a second, it's going to say on. Now we're also going to go at the, there it goes, on. Before we walk away and let it do its job, we're going to make sure that the valve up here at the top is pressed to the ceiling area. That is going to make sure that the pressure builds up, which is what cooks, of course, the eggs. So it is not going to take 5 minutes. It is going to take 5 minutes plus the amount of time that it will take to build to pressure. Since we only have a cup of water in here, it'll probably take about 5 to 7 minutes to build to pressure. And then you will see on this display, it will say 5 minutes, and it will begin counting down from that point. During the pressure building phase, before you see it hit 5 minutes, you will see steam coming out of here. That is hot steam. And that's because it hasn't come up to pressure yet. You'll know it's come up to pressure when the little silver thing that's on the top of the Instant Pot pops up. As we can see from the timer, the Instant Pot has now reached pressure, and 5 minutes is set on the timer, so it's going to start counting down from 5. So again, this took about 6 minutes to get up to pressure, and we know it's up to pressure because the silver thing up at the top is popped up and instead of being indented. And now we wait for this to count down, and we'll pick it up from there. In just a moment, our Instant Pot is going to be done with the cooking phase. And the reason I wanted to show you this is it's going to emit a series of loud beeps to tell us that it's done cooking. And the first time I heard it, it terrified me. So I want you to hear it just so you know that it is totally normal. Should be any second now. So that's it. That's just saying, hey, your food is done cooking. What you do with it now is up to you. So you'll see that it has an L on the screen now. That stands for lapsed, as in lapsed time. And now the 0 on the far right is going to start counting up 5 minutes. So we've already done the first 5 in our 5-5-5 method. Now we're going to begin the second 5, and we are going to let this naturally release pressure for 5 minutes. So what I do during this time is I get my ice bath ready. Okay, you see that it has now naturally released for 5 minutes, but since I don't think you can, I can see that the silver thing is still popped up. That means that there's still pressure in the pot that we have to release, and that's where the valve comes in. Now the steam that's going to come out of the valve is going to be very hot, so you need to be careful when you are turning it. So I'm going to awkwardly come in and turn it to venting. So the rest of the pressure that's in the pot is now releasing through steam, and once the pressure is released, it will then be safe to open. Now, what's really great thing about these Instant Pots is that you are not going to be able to turn this and open it until that little silver thing has popped out. Okay, the steam has finished and the silver thing has popped back down into its hole, so we are going to open it. Now, what's inside is going to be steam, and it's going to waft up, so it will be hot. To open it, we turn the Instant Pot and we lift it. There's moisture on the lid. Now, what's really great about the Instant Pot is it came with its own little lid holder. Just in the side, you can put it on either side. In the meantime, I have prepared the next step of 5, and I've got an ice bath here. So I just have a bowl that's filled with water and ice cubes. And so we want the eggs to stop cooking as quickly as possible. Obviously, everything in here is hot, so be careful. What I use is a slotted spoon to pick up the eggs and put them in their ice bath. This ice bath ensures that the eggs stop cooking. So this egg has a little bit of a crack in it, which is totally fine. Eggs crack when you just boil them on the stove as well. So the next 5, the third 5 in the 5-5-5 method, is that these are going to get an ice bath for 5 minutes, and then we get to see what our eggs look like. Once you have your eggs out and you're ready for the Instant Pot to turn off, you just unplug it. Okay, let's see if these eggs are going to make a liar out of me as far as the easy to peel is concerned. So they've been in their ice bath for 5 minutes. Cracked it open. Oh, look at that. Get it open in 3 big pieces. Look how beautiful. All right, let's check the inside, because I don't know about you, but my kid does not like an egg that has any green in it. Oh, look how beautiful. So I will say that these eggs are farm fresh. They came from my dad's farm in Cheatham County, so that's why the yolks are very yellow, but you will see that they are pretty perfectly cooked. I hope you enjoyed that. A couple of notes. Again, these are farm fresh eggs. I was bragging to my aunt at Thanksgiving last year about how easy hard-boiled eggs are in the Instant Pot, and she said, no, they're not. And I said, I'll prove it to you. And so we got our Instant Pots out, She made her eggs. They were incredibly hard to peel. I made my eggs. They were perfect to peel. So what I've noticed is organic eggs do peel easier. So I don't know if that has something to do with the freshness or whatever. So if organic is what you usually buy, great. If you don't usually buy organic eggs, then they may not peel as easily as I said that they peel. All right, if you enjoyed this and you want to see how to make rice in the Instant Pot, which is really easy, or how to cook chicken breasts in the Instant Pot to make tacos or whatever, just leave a comment and let me know if you want to see something else. Again, we're just trying this out. So thanks for going along this journey with us. Stay safe, definitely wash your hands, and we hope to see you soon.